crossing the ocean. Very interesting topic, where the goal of Hanuman is to cross the ocean and go to Lanka, go in search of Mother Sita, confirm her whereabouts and come back. That was a mission. We also have a mission. If you see Hanuman mission, mission impossible. Likewise, we have missions, we have our goals, we have our dreams to accomplish. But if we follow the footsteps of Hanuman and take the good things that he followed in accomplishing his mission, we can also achieve success in our lives. So let us start today. Hanuman and other monkeys, they all reached southern tip of India, and in front of them the ocean was spread across 80 yojanas. Yojana means 10 miles, 800 miles. So those days Ramayana happened millions of years ago. So everyone was thinking, who will cross, who will cross? Jambavan suggested, I can fly the 800 miles. I used to do that, but now I have become old. But Jambavan said, Jambavan knew what others don't know. Spotting the talent in others is a talent. If you have it, you'll become a manager. Now if you can spot the talent in others, what they can do, you'll become successful. If we think lion cannot climb the tree and we curse the lion, that's not the problem of the lion, that is our problem. We should engage in lion, what lion can do. So everyone was telling, but Jambavan is the one who told them, we don't need to waste our time. Hanumanji, he can do that. He came to Hanuman and said, Hanuman, please, you can do this. But because of the curse, Hanuman forgot his abilities because of the childhood curse. So they all started revealing his inner strengths. That was also the boon. Whenever somebody would reveal his strengths, Hanumanji would know and he would do accordingly. So likewise, we all have hidden talents. We have unlimited power and strength. But sometimes we are overcome by weakness and depression. But only somebody comes and tells, no, you can do and undo things. You are as powerful as sun because you are a spirit, soul, part and parcel of God. There you are. We pick up strength. But someone needs to pump us up every day. That's where spirituality helps a lot. So Hanumanji, when everyone reminded him of his powers, immediately expanded his body and he ascended Mount Mahendragiri. And first thing he did, he was on the mission of the personality of Godhead, the Supreme Lord. He was not proud. What he did, standing on the peak of this mountain, first thing he did, he offered his prayers, respects to his parents and to all the devatas. And he offered praise to Vayu, the wind god. And he offered praise to Sri Ram at the end. Because you need blessings. Blessings bring positive energy in you. And what he did, he prayed. See, if you imagine every day, you pray to your parents. You respect them for what they have done to you. You become grateful to them for what they did in the childhood, and now gratitude widens the heart. And heart that is wide can treasure the mercy. So Hanumanji, after offering all his prayers, he rose in the sky, he jumped. Jai Jai Shri Ram. So today, like Hanumanji has a mission, we all have our missions. And every cricketer goes to the crease to score a century. But the bowler, every bowler wants, with every ball, he wants to take the wicket. So mere determination is not enough. We need to have other things also. So likewise, the way Hanumanji faced obstacles with the talent, with intelligence, with certain qualities which we are going to see. If only we exhibit these qualities in our lives, we will become successful in our mission also. The first Hanuman is flying and all the devatas were watching. Wow. What is he really going to accomplish his task? So Hanumanji faced the first obstacle. As he was going fast in the skyways, suddenly one mountain started rising from the ocean to such an extent it was blocking his way. It's a huge mountain. Hanumanji thought, oh, my first obstacle. So what he did, he rose higher than that. And what he did, with his hand he smashed the mountain peak, which caused the mountain to go down, and the mountain assumed the human form. When problems come to us, we should rise higher than problems. We should not identify with the problem. In a sense, problem should not suck us inside. So if you stayed away, have a bird view of the problem, address the problem, you can solve the problem. But if we are overwhelmed with the problem, that will not solve the problem. Stay away. What is the problem? If I do this way, what happens? If I do this way, what happens? Many times, 10,000 miles away, my father is sick, my mother is sick, my sister. By feeling sad here, by being depressed, no one can solve the problem. So as I was mentioning, somebody is sick, 10,000 miles away from here. You are in America, they are in India. Oh, my mother is sick, my sister is sick, they have this health problem, they have a religion problem. By being absorbed in that problem and worrying about the problem will not solve the problem, first thing. Right? Okay, problem is there, what to do? Problem is identified. Address it. So worrying about the problem will not solve the problem. Okay, problem is, we have traced the problem. Address it. So Hanumanji, and you rise above the problem. So when the Mount Mainak, when the mount came, Hanumanji rose higher than the mountain and he applied the solution. What he did? He smashed it. And the Mount Mainak assumed a human form and he said, oh, best of the monkeys. Oh, Vanarottama, wait. Your father helped me in the past. In the olden days, mountains used to have wings. So, one time Indra decided to cut off their wings. So, as he was doing that, I sought the help of your father. And Vayu, what he did, he, with his wind speed, brought me and put me in this ocean, because of which I could save my wings. And since then I am looking for an opportunity to help him. And I know you are on the mission of Sri Ram to, searching for the whereabouts of Mother Sita. So I thought, if you take some rest here, you can resume your journey, fully revitalized. So please, I am not your foe, I am your friend. Land here and take some rest and you fly. Oh, what a great proposal. Obstacle came in the form of enjoyment. What will we do? Yeah, I'm very tired. Thank you. I'll take rest 2 days. We don't have any deadlines. Not like that. Anybody wants to be successful, one should not be lazy and one should not have this procrastinating ability, procrastinating nature. Procrastination is very bad. Tomorrow I'll do it. Tomorrow. No, today things should be done today. Time management. So what happened? Hanumanji said, no, I am on a mission. In search of Mother Sita, and I'll convey that message to Ramchandra. Then only I can do anything. I cannot take rest here. Habits are like cozy beds. Very easy to get into, but very difficult to get out. When he was in his residency, he should report to a hospital in downtown Manhattan by 5:45, 5:45, every day in the morning. He would get up at 3 o'clock, take a train, and 5:30 he would get on the train start walking to the hospital in Manhattan. By 5:45, he was in the hospital. He did this for 4 years. Finished his residency. Eventually, he became a very successful doctor. He has his own clinic. Now today, clinic starts at 10 o'clock. What time he gets up? 9:15. So that is not human life. Sleeping at the same time, but rising instead of 3, rising at 9 o'clock. So my point is, early to bed and early to rise makes the man healthy, wealthy and wise. Those habits that make us lazy, they are very bad. Human life is not meant for acquiring positions and possessions alone. Human life is meant to attain the treasure house, the treasure of happiness. Human life is meant to really learn who we are, that we can learn what we are through the acquisition of knowledge. Sarva jnana plavineva vrajanam santarshasi. Knowledge is that's why pure, especially spiritual knowledge. Hanumanji said, no, I cannot waste my time. Chanakya says, even if you give $1 billion, the time that is passed, you cannot get back 1 second. Right? Can we get? Alexander was on his deathbed. I want to, please, increase my lifespan by 1 year. I can go back home. Doctor said no. 6 months? No. 1 month? No. 1 day? No. I can't even increase your lifespan by 1 breath. Then Alexander said, what is the use of all these riches I have plundered? I did not realize this. I should have aimed for that rather than this. And so Hanumanji, especially, time is very, very precious. So he said he rejected his idea. So as we progress in our lives, facilities come. But if we are addicted to the facilities, if we become slaves to the facilities, we miss the goal. And he said, yes, definitely, but not now. If I find Mother Sita, definitely I'll stop over. I cannot reject your hospitality, but not now. Then Hanumanji progressed. Actually, before this, I want to add one more thing. In America, so many clubs train people, prepare people for Olympics, as sports clubs. If you want to contest, and there is no guarantee you will get an opportunity to contest in Olympics, what to speak of winning a medal. If you want to make an entry into Olympics, every day I heard you have to run. Like, if you want to contest as a sprinter, every day 25 miles, whether it rains, snows or sunshines. Wow. That is the hardcore experience. That is a hard labor one has to go through every day just to make oneself qualified to participate. They may not get the opportunity. Can we imagine ourselves every day running 25 miles along with doing very tough exercises? It takes that much endurance. So the next obstacle, Hanumanji was going very far, very fast. Then what happened? The Devatas, the demigods in heavens, they were thinking, very good, he passed in the first exam. We just watched. Let us see. We'll expose him to one more test. So mere determination is not enough. You need other qualities also. Let us see that. So as Hanumanji was going fast, suddenly the second obstacle appeared in front of him. In the form of a snake goddess. And the mother of the snakes, Suras. And as he was going very fast, Suras appeared. She's called the Nagamata Surasa. She appeared and said, stop Hanuman. What? You know what? I received a benediction from Brahma that anybody who comes in front of me, I can take him I can eat him as my food. So after a very long time, actually I'm very hungry, I have not got food for so long. Now I got you. I think, I'm very, very grateful. and she started offering prayers for eating prasad. Hanumanji said, hold on. I am not your prasad today. You cannot eat me. She said, that is my benediction. You look so young. So you have to become a food. If that is your benediction, I will become your food, but not now. I am on a mission. Once I accomplish my mission, convey the message to Sri Ram, the whereabouts. And then I can come back and I can become your food, in order to honor Brahma's benediction to you, but not now. She said no. Hanumanji became upset. He expanded his body 1 meter. Actually, it is long, but to make you understand, I am telling. Raman explains it. He expanded his body 1 yojana. But anyway, let us see this way. He expanded his body 1 meter. She expanded her mouth 1 meter. He expanded his body 2 meters. She expanded her mouth 2 meters. He wanted to tell her, hey, you don't have that much big mouth to swallow me. She is telling, no matter what, I have enough. I have a mouth that is big enough to swallow you. So he expanded his body 10 meters. She expanded her mouth 10 meters. 20, 20, 30, 30, 40, 40, 90, 90, 100, 100. They are moving 100 meters. Hanumanji said, wow. Actually, Raman explains 100 yojanas. Hanumanji understood. I cannot win her by my strength. I have to use my intelligence. And no matter what she is telling, I am competent to swallow you. The way you are powerful, I am also powerful. What Hanumanji did? He reduced his body into thumb-sized in a second, entered into that huge mouth, had a roller coaster ride inside the intestines, and he came out. Before she compressed her mouth, she expanded her mouth huge. When he reduced his body to some thumb size, she could not figure out where he went. As she was searching with this wide mouth, Hanumanji came back and said, he folded his hands and said, look, I fulfilled your desire. I became your food. So let me please go. So when he exhibited humility, at the same time exhibited intelligence with humility, Surasa was very, very pleased. He did not come out and spoke the words of arrogance. He knew the opponent is very powerful, and he just wanted to fulfill her desire, and he did with humility. Humility is very pleasing to everyone. Sometimes more talented people don't win. The underdogs are very committed to the teachers, committed to the gurus, and they follow every lesson teacher teaches, and they become the winners, right? So here I have a story to tell. What is the moral Hanumanji is conveying here? First thing is, you really want to be happy, you really want to go forward in your life, don't go for unhealthy comparisons. What is that? Unhealthy comparisons. We do that. So we compete like anything in a very unhealthy way with our brothers and sisters, friends, colleagues. Oh, you have a 2-bedroom home? I should have a 3-bedroom home. Oh, you have a BMW? I should have a Mercedes. Everything. You know better than I do. Whether it is a home, whether it is a degree, whether it is a job, whether it is salary. Your friend comes and tells, when he brags, he or she, I got a big job, I became a manager. In our heart, pain. Immediately we want to become a manager. There is nothing wrong comparing that way, but if our comparison triggers envy and we act on that level, our results will be always mixed. Very important. So yes, when we compare, if our comparison triggers a healthy atmosphere, it makes us work harder, that's very good. But if our comparison triggers envy, that's bad. And I want to tell you, we are given certain qualities, and certain qualities we don't have. Always when we see somebody having these qualities, we sometimes we feel sad why we don't have those qualities. Rather than feeling like that, if we appreciate, if we become grateful to God for what we have, what He has given to us, and humble for what we don't have, believe me, our biggest weaknesses sometimes become the biggest strengths. You want to hear a story? I came across a very inspirational story. A 10-year-old, a boy, with no hand wanted to win a judo champion. So judo wanted to win championships in judo. So I heard like teachers, when he went to learn judo, many teachers rejected him. But one teacher, seeing his enthusiasm to learn judo, encouraged him to learn, and he started teaching. So the regional championships. So teacher told him to learn only one move. So teacher taught him only one move, and teacher knew his deficiencies, and he taught him only one move. And teacher told him to focus only that. So when the championships came, the first round opponent thought, oh, this boy doesn't have left hand, means I have won the match, I'm going to second round. So the first round match started, match ended. Whom do you think has won the match? Opponent or the boy? If you think opponent has won the match, please be positive. Boy has won the match. Boy was thrilled. Wow, I won a match. I won the match. Second round opponent. Oh, he doesn't have a hand. But he did not take it cheap. He also came well prepared. But who won the match? The opponent or the boy? So third round opponent took him very seriously. In the matches they take the videos. They see the videos, the movements of the opponent, how they respond and react. So he also came fully prepared. And the boy was winning, he became a little nervous. The match started, it went few rounds. Whom do you think won the match? If you think the boy won the match, or the opponent won the match? If you think opponent won the match, I request you, please be positive. Boy won the match. Anyway, finally the boy reached finals. He went and told his teacher, "Sir, I am winning. I don't know why. Do you want to teach something new?" Teacher said, "This is 11th hour, I can't teach anything. Just sharpen whatever you knew and go to the game." But the opponent was really bigger, stronger, and talented. He was also very close to winning the championships, because the opponent anyway did not have the left hand. So match started. Definitely the opponent was winning. At one time referee felt the boy would get hurt, and actually gave a timeout also. The boy was losing. It was apparent he would lose. But after the timeout, the match started again. And when his opponent made the mistake, the boy pinned him down, and the boy won the match. Great, very bold. We see that. When he asked his teacher, "I won. How is it possible?" Teacher said, "I know you don't have left arm, so your chances of winning the title are slim. Then why you won? One is you have perfected the most difficult technique in judo. So for the opponent to stop you from advancing, in judo you have offense and defense. So teacher knew, this boy is not so great in defense. So he taught him a very offensive technique. For the opponent to stop him from advancing, he has to block his left arm and stop him. The boy did not even have left arm. That's why he won. In other words, whatever we don't have sometimes, Our weaknesses, that proves to be our great strengths. If only we become humble, we become service oriented, and we accept the weaknesses that we have and focus on our strengths. With God's divine mercy, we go forward in our lives. I came across another small, another story. Two pots. One pot has a hole, another pot doesn't have a hole. The first pot, which has a hole, and the second part that doesn't have a hole, the second part would always criticize first part. You are useless, good for nothing. See, our gardener cannot retain water in you. You leak like anything. For what? What is the use? And just the first part, that's true. Whatever the second part is telling is true. I am a big hole. I cannot even retain water. That's what I am meant. That's what I am meant for. That's what I am supposed to work for. So the first part was always dejected and depressed. Sometimes we are like this. I am not tall. My color is not good. I am not so intelligent. I. No, we have other qualities also. Why do you focus only one negative quality and allow the mind to eat us up? No. We are a spirit soul. Directly the part and parcel of God. Mamai vamso jiva loki jiva bhuta sanatana manasashtana. Second line, let us not discuss the translation. First line, Krishna says, Arjuna, all the living entities are my eternal fragmental portions. God is Supreme Spirit, we are tiny spirit, powerful. When He can float big planets, He can at least float spaceships. Humans are doing it. So we also have the same ability. So never give in to weaknesses. Weakness of the mind. It's called a Hrudaya Daurbhalya. Weakness of the heart. No, I can't do it. That is self-hypnotism, self-negative hypnotism. No, I can do it. Why? I am His element. So, the second part, yeah, you are not good for nothing. First part, that's true also. It has a hole. Then one day, the gardener heard. Gardener said, you know what? First part, don't feel dejected. In fact, me as a gardener, I take more help from you than the first part. So second part. First part with the hole said, what do you mean? Yes. He said, see this side. So the garden has two sides. One side there was full of greenery. The second side, not so much. Then he said, you understood? Part with the hole said, no. When I collect the water, what I would do, I would hold a wooden strip, like a motor. I'll keep both of you. Because you have a hole, as I come from the well, I go this way. What is that? Because you have a hole, I water all the plants as I go forward. So by the time you reach the end, you're done. The entire water is over. But the second one doesn't have a hole. What I would do is, I would use him for a different purpose. For you, I use you in a different. I use you for a different purpose. So likewise, we should know what our purpose is. Everyone has something to do. Everyone is supposed to do something. We all have a plan. We all should fit into His plan. Then we do well. Right? So we should know that. How do we know? Sometimes that's why a spiritual teacher is needed. He can engage us according to our propensities, according to our abilities. Please don't deject it for the things that we don't have, we don't possess. Rather, focus on the strengths, highlight them, and you become very successful. Thank you. So, there is a second obstacle. That is the moral of the second one. Don't compare in an unhealthy way, and focus on your strengths, and you go forward. Then the third one, as he goes, actually knows that Suras blessed him. And when he came third one, he was going very fast. Suddenly what happened? He was pulled. His speed is getting reduced. And what is this? Why is my speed getting reduced? So he looked down. He could not understand anything. He saw some shadow. And then he remembered the words of Sugriva. Hanuman, if at all, anytime you get an opportunity to fly over the oceans, you should know one thing. Oceans have that type of creatures with mystical abilities. They attract you, they catch you by your shadow, and they pull you down without your knowledge. Before you realize, they will eat you up. Be very careful. That one point, the counseling of Sugriva helped. When he looked down, there was a demon by name Simhika was looking at Hanumanji, and she was pulling his shadow. That's why his speed was getting reduced and he was slowing down and he was pulled down. And Hanumanji saw that. Hanuman immediately he reduced his body again into thumb size, nose dived. This demoness Simhika opened the mouth big. Hanumanji, before she could realize, he entered into the mouth, entered into the heart, suddenly expanded himself huge. Before Simhika could realize, and Hanumanji expanded like that, Simhika's heart was broken, and Hanumanji burst. When the body was burst, and Hanumanji he rose up in the sky and started flying. Hanumanji ki jai. So what is the third quality? Simhika represents envy. Envy means what? When somebody possesses something that we don't possess, we become envious. In other words, we are telling God, you don't know, you should not give them, you should give me. That is envy actually. Very, very bad quality. It will really, really mar our attempts. We cannot really make progress. Or even if we are very successful, we cannot be happy. That is the power of envy. In fact, one of the reasons why a living entity languishes in the material world, birth out of birth, is because of this. Then how do we get rid of envy? No doctor can get rid of this disease of envy. But the best way to get rid of envy is helplessly do mantra meditation. Every day we chant, we do the mantra meditation. This mantra from Kalsantrana Upanishad. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. When we helplessly chant the holy name, then what happens is, it cleanses the mirror like our heart. Cleanses all the impurities of the heart, including the envy. Then we progress. When envy, what is that? Disease-free body is healthy, disease-free mind is happy. Our mind today has diseases. What are the 6 diseases? Anger, greed, envy, lust, all these things are there. So if we can get rid of them, we are happy. So then what happened? Hanumanji rose, again, started flying, and he reached Lanka, and he landed on a mountain, and he waited for the sun to go down, and as soon as darkness sets in, Hanumanji resumed his search. Hanumanji reached Lanka. Lanka is impenetrable, formidable island. Enemy cannot enter into this, and if anyone enters, cannot escape. So it was an island and surrounded by water in all directions, and Ravana was powerful. So now let us see how Hanumanji, how he attained his mission, accomplished his mission. So he waited patiently, and slowly what happened? After sunset, slowly, Rajani means darkness. Rajnikar means moon, who dispels the darkness. He came in. So in the moon light, what happened? Rajnichar means people who wander in the night. That is demons. So in the moonlight, Hanumanji started looking everywhere. So he went to the entrance, but in the entrance there is a security guard. So Hanumanji actually reduced his form. Very small monkey. He entered. So immediately Lankini said, "Hey, stop!" So when you see somebody very weak, very humble, sometimes you're exploited actually. Lankini said, "Come here." "Why are you here?" She was actually stunned that a monkey from nowhere could fly all these miles and could come here. "What brought you here? Come here." Hanumanji said, "You know what, I heard this Lanka is very, very beautiful, filled with so many trees and filled with honeycombs. I just came to see this beautiful Lanka. I see, once I just go around and see everything, I'll go back." So when he humbly presented, Lankini became very angry. "You monkey!" And what she did? She smashed. She slapped actually Hanumanji. Hanumanji became upset. Wow. So Hanumanji immediately, he doesn't want to create any commotion, but actually she is trying to kill him. What Hanumanji did, he expanded his body and closed his fist and smashed, he punched on the face of Lankini. Lankini, and Hanumanji punched like that, Lankini fell down. "Because your lady, I am sparing you, otherwise I would have killed you." And Lankini said, "Now I can remember. One day Brahma told me this. The day you are humiliated in the hands of a monkey, that is the starting day of the downfall of Lanka. I understand. May you be victorious." Hanuman said, "Thank you." And he stepped inside. He placed his left foot and entered Lanka. And he started saying, "Wow, Lanka is powerful. Everything is well planned. Lanka is actually golden. It's called Suvarna Lanka. Every wall is golden, every door is golden. Not only Ravana, but the residents of Lanka are all rich. Everyone is rich." And he saw treasuries, different homes, gardens, the residences, the lakes, the fountains, demons guarding, and different areas, very powerful demons. He could not find Sita anywhere. Then as he was looking, finally he came to the residence of Ravana. When Lankini punched him and bullied him, Hanumanji was not depressed. I heard in schools, children receive this, many children complain of bullying. And sometimes I hear, they end their lives also. When you are depressed means you are taking their words seriously. I don't care. So if somebody is bullying you, if you take their words seriously, then you'll be depressed. It means you are proving their words, but you are not. You are spiritually powerful. We don't become what others say. We become what we meditate on. Very important. What we meditate on, we become that. So our thoughts, good thoughts, energize us. Bad thoughts weaken us. End of the day, we have to be careful about our thoughts. Hanumanji did not care what she said, did not care her bullying, but actually exhibited sense control. He was very calm. Even though she was bullying him, she was mocking at him, using bad words. But when it came to his life, life-threatening situation, then he responded. Same sense control Hanumanji exhibits throughout his search in Lanka. Krishna exhibits the qualities of somebody in mode of goodness. Brahman. Samadhamastapa kshantirarjam evacha jnanam vijnanam astikyam brahma karma svabhavajam. One should be peaceful. Dhamma, sense control. Tapa, austerity. Kshanti, tolerance. Arjam, honesty. Jnanam, theoretical knowledge. Vijnanam, realized knowledge. Situated on the platform for Krishna consciousness. Brahman. These are the qualities of somebody who is spiritual. So, what is that? He entered into the Pushpaka Viman. Ravan declared war on his cousin only. Kubera defeated him and usurped this aeroplane. And he entered. Very beautiful. What is the uniqueness of Pushpaka Viman? Even irrespective of how many people sit, there is always one place for one more person. And second thing, this flight, Pushpaka Viman, it works as per the direction, as per the mind of the pilot. Pilot doesn't need to pilot it, his mind. So the machinery of this Pushpaka Viman is tuned as per, as per the mind of the pilot. It is tuned to the mind of the pilot. Wow, interesting. So what happened? You start seeing, there are big kitchens where all these different varieties of meat were, they were nicely cooked, and by the time he entered this Pushpaka Viman, Ravan's palace, and it was midnight, the ladies were sleeping, and this palace has kitchens, different varieties of meat were cooked, there was some eaten up, but they were lying here and there. He entered into the bedroom, beautiful ladies, but their clothes are totally disarrayed, but they were all beautiful. Many liked the prowess of Ravana, beauty of the Ravana, achievements of Ravana, and surrendered to him. There are so many in number. And Hanumanji was looking at their faces as they were sleeping, when their clothes were totally disarrayed. But as I said, Hanumanji exhibited this quality of sense control. Very important for anybody to be successful. So he was going here and there, and he came to see Ravana. So beautiful. Ravana also, what is that? Very pious. He would collect water in the 5 oceans, and he would worship Lord Shiva, Shiva's linga. But this one quality, what is that one quality? Ravana wanted to enjoy. Very lusty, very lusty demon. This one quality he paid a heavy price. He has so many ladies as his wives. Still he coveted somebody's wife. He paid a heavy price. Tulsidas explains, somebody's wife is like a honey, very sweet. But where is this honey present? On a razor edge, on a sword. So when we try to lick that honey, what happens? Our tongue is cut. So though he is endowed with all these abilities, because he coveted somebody's wife, he was ruined. He had to lose his 10 heads. So then he happened to see Mandodari sleeping in a different room. When he saw Mandodari, seeing her beauty, he thought this is Sita. But again he applied his intelligence. I don't think Sita sleeps in somebody else's bedroom. I am mistaken. He searched, Sita was not there. He came out, said the second quality, temptations. Though temptations were there, he overcame those temptations. No temptation at all. At one point he thinks, I'm a brahmachari, celibate, and it's not good for me to see all these ladies looking into their faces when they are sleeping. I should not do that. But then he says, if I cannot see everybody, how do I know who is Sita, who is not? But the truth is, I did not go through any temptations. Temptations are dangerous. If you are not careful, temptations lead to bad habits. The next quality exhibited, enthusiasm. He was searching whole night. He could not find Sita. but he was enthusiastic. The one quality everyone has to exhibit if they want to really accomplish their missions, really become successful, is never lose enthusiasm. Day after day, month after month, year after year, we have to continue. Whether it is bhakti or any materialistic or material objective, we have to continue with the enthusiasm, utsaha. Then what happened? He continued with enthusiasm. He came out of his palace, he searched all the ministers' palaces, the commanders' palaces, different rest houses, different areas. He did not lose enthusiasm. But he always exhibited the next quality is energy. Fully energetic. Sometimes we don't get results, some health issue, some relationship issue. We become dejected and depressed. Especially relationships and a long health issue. But somebody is sick for 5 years. Why 5 years? Somebody is sick for actually 1 month. People get depressed. Somebody is sick for 6 months and there is a relationship problem. There is a court case that is draining your energy. Somebody around you is speaking ill of you. It is not easy to maintain the enthusiasm. So he maintained enthusiasm and he remained energetic, positively. These two qualities will take us very far. So never turn back. What is positive attitude? I can do it, I can do it, I can do it, I can do it, I can do it. I did it. And the last stage, if you think I cannot do it, then you will not do it. So Hanumanji exhibited, he was energetic and enthusiastic. And he searched everywhere. And he felt, I searched everywhere, I could not find. And then his mind started thinking. Imagine your son or daughter doesn't come. It is already 6:30. Your mind starts going everywhere. Hey, what happened? Days are not good. Right? He started thinking. But he did not give room to the negative thinking. He said, one more is there. What is that one more? Ashoka Vatika. So let me see. And again he prayed. So he re-energized himself. Reaffirmed himself. Shall we hear what maintains us or what continues us to live in this world is hope. If we like this one quality, hope, keep ourselves, associate with this hope, we go forward. We should start liking hope. We should have this hope. Very important. Then he entered. When he entered, it's a beautiful, Ashokvan is very beautiful. There were so many parks, so many fountains, so many waterfalls, so many lakes, beautiful trees, laden with different varieties of fruits and flowers. And he was jumping, and from one tree to another tree. Bumblebees are going here and there, and cuckoo birds are they're going. Peacocks, they are opening their feathers. It was very, very beautiful, Ashokvan. So many birds, and this Ashokvan was very beautiful. He was jumping from one tree to another tree. As he was jumping, all the flowers were falling on him. He was appearing like a flower chariot. Finally, in one place, there was one lady sitting. The saree she was wearing is actually very soiled. She was sighing very deeply, and she was surrounded with the demons who were sleeping. She was looking like a fire that is covered with ashes. And all her jewelry she kept, this jewelry she kept on the branches. And the jewelry he found, the jewelry that he had, one day one lady being taken by somebody in the skyways through the jewelry. That jewelry and this jewelry looked same. And that lady was very beautiful, but as though she was haunted, as she was eclipsed, she looked very dull. Then he understood, wow, this could be Mother Sita. So, what is that? So the qualities exhibited, yes, sense control. T, no temptations. He overcame the temptations. E, he was enthusiastic. Another E, he was energetic. And L, he liked the hope. Steel. STEEL. Then we will become very successful. You know? So if we always reaffirm ourselves, we can do, then definitely the way Hanumanji accomplished his mission, we will also accomplish our goals. Very important, dharmo rakshat rakshata. Protect dharma, dharma will protect us. Protect. So let us protect dharma, dharma will protect us. No? It's very important. Thank you very much.